Well, hello and welcome to the Cosmic Echo Tarot Experience. It's a reading which connects historic cycles of frequency all the way up through and repeating to your current tarot energy. You and your life are an echo of past energies. Now, I know that's kind of difficult for some to believe because what we experience we think of as brand new. Well, it is brand new to us in our lifetime, yes. But the fact of the matter is we are just picking up on energetic frequencies that have existed for, well, the beginning of time, I guess is the best way to say it. We experience ancient energetic frequencies. They've been repeating again and again and again, thousands, millions, billions of years. We see them as new, they're not. Every life, every life is an echo of the last time. So, using tarot as a tool, and I've done tarot for over 20 years, come to find out, guess what? From my point of view, doesn't predict a damn thing. However, tarot is something much more. It is the science of potential, your potential, your potential to manifest. Ah. So, tarot is the destination of this reading, and we search for it. Once found, I use other tools. I call them metaphysical tools, astrology, numerology, which I've done for over 50 years. And I've discovered that they are the science of cycles. Within cycles, to just ad nauseum, goes on and on and on. That's what I say. That's what we're experiencing in this lifetime, that cosmic wave of frequencies from the past. And you put the two things together anyway, the tarot, which is the destination, the GPS, the cosmic GPS, is the astrology and numerology. And that allows you to manifest your spiritual kryptonite because that's what it is. It's kryptonite. It's powerful. It's strong, which is the reason why the people who run the world don't want us to access it. Yes, I know people are trying to manifest all the time. We say all the right words, but it's the feelings deep inside that stop us. And so what we get is what we're manifesting deep inside, which is negative, and we say, well, I guess I can't manifest. You're manifesting the negative. We want to flip that, switch that. So we give you the tarot, the destination, and a way to get to that destination using the astrology and numerology. It's a two-step metaphysical technique. I only use three cards, that's it. There's something special about three. Nikola Tesla was crazy about the power of three. He said if you knew the power of three, you'd understand the universe. But so was Einstein. So many times in life, you find three kind of coalescing into some sort of an action. So I use three cards and only three cards. I take the frequency from each of the three cards and I blend them into one powerful frequency. It reveals your manifesting potential. I use astrology and images from the past, from the present, anything to kind of give you a sense, a taste for the tarot frequency. I want to create images. I want you to taste it, to hear it, to feel it, to touch it. Maybe even be it. That's the idea, to help you imagine the essence of that energy and how to use the repeating tarot energy in the best way possible. So, for me to do that, I have to create this story, I have to create this picture in you. So, the tarot stuff has to be simple, clear, powerful, clean. No fantasy, no unicorn, no rainbows or magical frequencies coming from outer space. Well, you get these people that talk about this shit all the time, like they know what the hell they're talking about. And it's amazing because none of them, as far as I can tell, and I pay attention, none of them have touched on the truth. Mankind is going through a major, major change. Are we going to be man? Or are we going to be machine? Yet to be determined. They don't even touch on it. This, you're getting this thing from planet Guzgudo, and it's coming in this direction, and it's creating magic. Shut up. The matrix revealed is what we're after. Your tarot is the deal in repeating cosmic cycles. You bring the ancient frequencies into your life, forward into your life, reuse them now. They're not exactly the same in terms of the way they develop, but it's the same energy. And tarot is about your choice, your potential, knowing the repetitive energy patterns around you. That enables you to use these ancient frequencies to your benefit instead of just having them hit you, blindside you. You know what to expect because you understand that these are energies that have happened in the past. Like, for example, the American Revolution. There were two planets in contact with each other: Pluto, Uranus. Pluto, evolution; Uranus, revolution. That's pretty powerful stuff. Well, guess what? It takes Pluto 250 years to come all the way around our solar system. It did that a year ago. And guess what? Uranus is in the same part. So Pluto, Uranus, exactly where they were back when we did the American Revolution. What's happening in America? What's happening in the world? Evolution, revolution. We're trying to work those things out, and it's going to get much tougher before it gets easier. This is major, major stuff. So I don't have time for fantasy, unicorn talk, rainbows, all that kind of crazy stuff. It's right, pure, clean, to the point. It's the tarot message. Think of it as your cosmic GPS. The tarot gives you the destination, the astrology and the imagery gives you the map. The unique package helps you to activate your spiritual kryptonite. Ride this cosmic wave to the best destiny you can. Today's reading talks about like a fart in the wind. What we're really saying is that there's a change in the wind. You can tell when there's a storm coming or when the storm is moving out and good weather's coming back in. The wind changes. Like where I live, I know anytime we get the winds coming in from the south, we got some sort of precipitation. This time of year, because I live on Lake Superior, it's going to be snow. Great, I'm ready for it. By the end of January, I'm done with it, but Mother Nature has other plans. The point is I can tell just just by the wind coming in that change, because normally it comes from the west or the north, comes from the south or the east. We got a change in the weather. It's that simple. That's what you can tell with this reading. So again, today's reading, what we're basically saying is a change in the wind, but I'm saying it a little differently, like a fart in the wind. Comes and goes. So let's get to the stuff. It's important for you to get, as I said, to feel the frequency. That's what I'm here to work on and build. Let's talk about the cosmic cycles. Astrology is a kind of alchemy. It's the science of cycles, as I said. Literally, what goes around comes around. That's why history repeats, because the frequency and the energies repeat. So we react in the same way every time. But it exposes the matrix a little differently each time it hits. It permits us to feel and to focus on the power of the tarot. And the combination of the two steps, the tarot and most especially the astrology, multiplies the other, gives you more power, more control over your destiny. And that's the whole point of this whole deal. We're going to begin the reading in a moment. I just want to remind you I do have an email, tau-tarot at proton.me, tau-tarot at proton.me. Feel free to contact me. In fact, I look forward to it. And I'm actually pretty good at responding, or at least acknowledging anyway. Tau-tarot at proton.me. Alrighty, so we begin the two-step process, and we begin with the astrology. I call it astronauts. And today it is the big view. We have a planetary configuration coming up where you have all of the faraway planets: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, all in fire and air signs. Well, at this point, Jupiter's not there. It's in Cancer. Middle of the year, it's going to get into Leo. And then all of the faraway planets are going to be fire and air. Fire and air together create more fire, create explosiveness. And that's what the year is going to be. 2026 is going to be an activation point. 2026 is going to likely be one for the record book. It will likely be a year that allows us to not simply take a peek around the curtain. Curtain's going to be ripped away with the wizard in full view. Very little will be hidden, and what we don't get won't matter to the storyline because we'll have enough information, we'll have seen enough things that you can fill in the blanks with no problem. Like at this point, it looks like in Congress they may force the White House to full disclosure on the Epstein information. Understand there's a little game that the White House can play to prevent that, but we'll see. Trump knows that he's losing MAGA. He has not delivered on a single thing promised. He's backed away from all of it. I voted for him because he had the best message, and Democrats at that point, all they could do was name call. They had no plan, no progress, no nothing. Well, Trump comes in, and guess what? You get the same thing. It's not what he said on the campaign trail. End result, you get the same thing. And so he's losing support. He sees it in Congress. And I think they may push his hand to letting loose all the Epstein information. Although I understand there's a little game that he could play that would prevent that. We'll see how it all shakes out. But he's feeling the heat. And 2026 is going to be like that. You're going to see a lot of things that you've never seen before or thought you would see before or hear before. Again, we're not going to get every single part and piece of it, but we'll get enough of it so that we know what's going on. We can't deny it. Unless we just choose to be stupid, and there's a lot of people who do that. Many people will not like what they see. Too bad. We need real and complete transparency to give us a shot at a better future. If we can't get some serious degree of transparency, then it probably is pretty much all over. So we're going to get the truth, half the truth, none of the truth. Get ready. 2026 is going to tell all. All righty, so let's go to the existential point. A lot of news here. We're talking about the CIA, Mossad, global power brokers. Talking about the former vice president of Pfizer saying that vaccines were designed intentionally to harm, maim, and kill and reduce human fertility. I see now all around the West Coast, Oregon, California, Arizona, terrible air, poisonous air, chemtrails, but worse. Particles and stuff. Man, they got so much shit in the air and the water. Plastics are a big part. Do you know that every week or two we ingest in the water or food or just breathing, we ingest about a credit card size of plastic? You know that? What the hell are they doing that for? I mean, there's no good to come out of that, so you can only draw one conclusion. Yeah, they're out to kill us. They said they want population 95% of the people on the planet right now dead by 2050. Bill Gates, Georgia Guidestones, WEF, others said the same thing. Get the hell out of here, you peons. Not a good thing. And there's more. You can check out the 3 stories and the one at the bottom left. Oh, the bottom left is interesting. Study found out that almost 50% of COVID deaths were not caused by COVID. So I don't trust doctors, hospitals, or health insurance. They didn't do a damn thing to keep you safe, to keep me safe. In fact, they were instruments of our demise. And at the bottom here, science, technology, and social organization have ceased to serve us. At some point, I'm going to do a little thing about that. I'm just trying to figure out how to fit it into the program. I'm going to start maybe doing essays or maybe do a separate thing where I do essays and just kind of ruminate, kind of think out loud. That's down the road. So let's make it a point to move on. How about the picture perfect stuff, huh? Machiavelli said, "You're stupid because you believe appearances are true. That's why you're ruled." Talk about the pandemic. Fake. Tests fake. Masks fake. Social distancing fake. Vaccine fake. The news was fake. CDC, FDA, governments, climates. It's all fake. Health Canada, green lights, cloned beef and dairy. No labelings or warnings required. What in the F? They don't want us to live. It's as simple as that. And at the bottom on the right here, Brave New World, Aldous Huxley's book. Fantastic story about the dehumanization of human beings. That's what they're doing. Going from man or human to machine. And they're not very quiet about it. Yeah, let's move on, tarot, huh? Yeah, let's get to the heart of the thing. We got the Lover's card. Talks about unions and choices. How about first forming a union with yourself, a loving, supportive union with yourself? I know that sounds woo woo. But what I'm basically saying is trust yourself. Believe in yourself. Yeah, do you get everything right? No, nobody does. But if you trust yourself, if you lean into your intuition, that spirit talking, you can form this union with yourself. You can make better choices in all kinds of things. But you got to love yourself first before you can love anything or anybody else. Ten of Wands is next. Talks about putting down the burdens. They drain the energy. And that's exactly what he's doing. Putting down 10 staffs. That symbolizes wands. Normally, wands are positivity, enthusiasm, joy. There are always lots of energy. And he says, I'm done. I'm done. You're doing all of this stuff to me. You're not telling me. You're crippling me. You're taking away. What the hell are you doing to me, for me, whatever? Have you heard of the right to repair bill? It's going through Congress right now. What that right to repair bill will do is force car owners to register their car or vehicles with car makers through the government. You're not going to be able to go to independent mechanics anymore. You're only going to be allowed to go to registered new car dealers. You want your car fixed? Want an oil change? Want your tires rotated? You can't go to an independent mechanic. You have to go to the dealer. What that's going to do is make cars more expensive, make repairs more expensive, make repairs shoddy, crappy. I mean, you're seeing that the cars, new ones, are falling apart. More to buy, more to maintain. You're going to have to also sign up for monthly subscription fees to access your vehicle. They're doing it already with some of the European cars, the expensives. You want to be able to start your car? Oh, you got to sign up for our monthly subscription. You want to be able to open up your doors? You got to sign for the subscription. You want any contact or access to that vehicle that you leased or purchased? You got to do the monthly subscription. If not, your car's not going anywhere and you can't get in. You don't own anything. So your car becomes a brick. With monthly subscription fees, you're never going to ever really own your car. You're only going to rent something. And that's built to fall apart quickly, which means that things are going to get more expensive. It also means that they're setting us up for the 15-minute cities. Because if you don't have a car, you can't get very far. And the final tarot card is Magician. That's power and purpose. If you make union with yourself, if you make peace with yourself, you make better choices, you put down the burdens that they've handed you, you say, F you, I'm not doing this anymore. gives you power and purpose. That, my friend, makes you really, really dangerous. Time's up. We're all done. Thank you, by the way, for investing every little bit of time with me every single day. I hope we have a chance to do tarot again very soon, like tomorrow. Between now and then, please always like and subscribe. What is going on is so sneaky on the internet. It's amazing. Just algorithms. They're shutting people down, shutting people out. Please like and subscribe. Between now and the next time that you and I have a chance to get together to do tarot, peace and blessings.